So
Going live.
yep, meeting and streaming. We're live. Good morning, everybody. We are.
Good morning, everybody. And this is one of the things that we do to stay sane in these crazy times. Sales are down. All right. Hillary, the marketing mom, and WSI, Bernadette Chinley, and we are frozen. Are you hearing me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you. Yes.
Okay.
We're good.
All
We're
right.
good.
Hillary, the marketing mom,
you kept
and WSI Bernadette Chinley is here for another lovely weekly broadcast of marketing and advertising, smart, efficient marketing to save your business in these crazy times. Sales are down, time to normal life is constantly being pushed forward. We have no idea when it's going to finish. And we are in, I am going crazy. So we got to do different things. A quick tip because Hillary and I have been working in this zone, working from home. She has a new addition in the fact that 3 kids under the age of 6 are now at home 24/7. All right. So she's going crazy and I'm keeping her sane because I've been there, done that, and I survived. So anyway, the quick tip in order to help you to, stay sane, you got to find little things that will distract you away from the stress. One of the things, when I reached out to my consultant at the time, I said, these kids are driving me crazy. I don't know what to do. Please help me. All right. And she would say, you know what? Sit down and do some math. Because what you're doing is you're putting your brain into the logical side and so therefore giving this the emotion. I don't know if I'm pointing to the right side.
Right side.
But you need to move away from the emotion, give it time to diffuse, and go into the logical motion side of your brain so that you can, get back into reality.
I like that tip. I now understand why I go to Sudoku. I didn't realize why I was doing it.
There you go. All right. Another point from working from home is that you do different activities in different parts of your house. Now, mind you, you might have a studio, you might have a one bedroom apartment, but you need to do different activities in different parts of your house. So you need to keep one chair for meditating and prayer. I hope you're doing that because there's nothing else that can save you in these crazy times. You need to have one chair or one table to be eating on. You need to have your bedroom for relaxing time, and you need to have an area for work time. Now, if you're like Hillary with 3 little children at home, their workspace needs to be, you need to make sure that they keep their workspace clean, right? And that's a great opportunity to teach them to let's stay neat, because neat helps the brain not stress on the little things, okay?
Yes.
Clutter all over the place is going to send us mad, and we don't want that. All right. So anyway, let's get to it now. So that could be one video. Anyway, sales are down. Time to normal life is being constantly pushed forward. Staff is at bare bones, yet you have to pay all the rest of the staff that are not there. Whatever your situation is, expenses have not moved and income has if not disappeared. All right. I can't tell you how to cut your expenses, but I can tell you how to move into the new world of online marketing and online selling. And it does not mean an e-commerce website. All right. We're not looking to increase your expenses. We're going to help you to move into online marketing without necessarily too much software and too much and tools that is not necessarily necessary, right? And thinking of delivering your products, you got to be able to figure out how you're going to deliver your products differently. So that's what we mean by marketing in a scared economy. Everybody is scared right now. They're holding on to their cash because they don't know when they're going to get their next paycheck. All right? That's the reality of the market. The reality of the economy is that expenses are high and income is very low, if not disappeared. So, marketing smart, we mean you've got to find one product in your line of products that's going to champion sales. Got to find that one product, reposition it, find how and what market you're going to move that product into, and that's marketing smart. Find ways to be generous. You've got to find ways to be generous so that people can see, yes, yes, your business understands, etc., etc. The marketing campaigns need to be done differently. Your messages need to change, and you need to discover new markets. So if that's your reality, if you want to figure out how you're going to do it with a not so crazy budget, I am telling you, move your budget from just selling on TV, on newspaper, on whatever, move it to online. Seriously crunch into where your success is, the buying market, find new people to buy your new line of recession-proof product lines, and save your business. That's the proposal we're putting out for you. All right, save your business. And yes, one point I would like to make too is that one thought I'd like to put into your brain today is the new way of marketing for better and faster results is to find out the reason why they buy, the problems you solve must be weaved into your product and your service. Don't go into your product and services, your features and whatever, and market that, because that's not going to make people buy now. You got to weave your marketing into how you position that product or service. All right. So if that's what you want today, definitely hit the link below, connect with Hillary and myself, and we'll give you a 15-minute or 30-minute call. And who knows, I might give you enough nuggets in that 15 to 30-minute call that will bump your sales up 15% because most people don't see what you can do.
Yes, well, thank you for that intro to what we're about to dive into here, because what we want to kind of break out for you are concepts around what we have found through our own experience, through working with different clients, what is efficient marketing, and then the different ads, because last week, if you joined us last week, we went through a little bit of the ads, your ad structure, and all of those type of things that are important for a good campaign. But we also want to look at that process and where does it match with your customer journey. All right. One of the things that Bernie talked about a few minutes ago is finding that
efficient,
not efficient, but that recession proof product and running with that. Okay. And one of the things that you'll find is that understanding where your customers are, you understand which type of ads to put in front of those customers because you know where they are. All right, what you're going to do. So Bernie, we jumping into efficient marketing.
Efficient marketing.
Right. So just to give a introduction, efficient marketing and the way we look at it, everybody talks about sales funnels out there. I like to think of it more as your customer journey. Where's your customer at in the process, right? And yes, the sales funnel is, it starts out there and it comes down to where your product is actually sold. A lot of businesses, they want to start down here at the bottom of the cone and then kind of retroactively try to get, all this stuff. But the type of ads that they're putting to sell the product are the type of ads that should be up here where they're trying to attract people. Okay. So
Yes.
when we think
So
of the
yes.
when we think of the sales funnel, and it is a terminology, but I know, let's think about where your customer is at, right? Your customer sees you online, they see you on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. What is that customer experiencing right now? Do they know you? Do they know your brand? Do they are they a raving fan? Have they purchased before? Okay. And then that's the type of content that you would need to put in front of that type of customer. All right. Do you want to add anything to that?
Yes. So the beginning, let's say for instance, like yesterday I was making some hummus because we're home, gotta make some stuff so that we don't get fat at the end of this lockdown period in our life, So so you have a funnel and you're pouring your lime juice into it and you're pouring your salt and your sugar into it, different ingredients, right? That makes the hummus. That makes so and yesterday I went back to the recipe that, how you would say, got me intrigued about hummus because I've been using all sorts of different recipes. And I said, you know what? I need to go back to the original recipe that made me like hummus so much. So I'm saying we got to focus at the beginning, top of your funnel, the widest, the widest part. And in that section, you're going to be putting out social posts that intrigues and attracts people to your business, to what you sell. All right. You have to zone in on what exactly does your customer want in this product or service. You have to be able to tell them that you can solve their problem the best way, as well as you need to put out posts that reduces their pains. So, I mean, so far we've talked about maybe 10 different kinds of posts that you can put out at the top of the funnel to get people to come into your funnel. And when a marketing person talks about getting persons to come into their funnel, the first thing you want to capture is their name, email, and phone number. All right. The top of the funnel is no longer likes, comments, and shares. The top of the funnel is now leads and sales. Leads with their name, their phone number, and their email. Minimum capture that information. All right. Now, at the next stage, Hillary touched on it in terms of nurturing, in terms of taking that customer through the journey, through that marketing funnel. And yes, you can keep adding people at different stages. And yes, when they reach the end of the purchase and they've made their first purchase, you now have to turn that purchaser, that purchasing customer, into a raving fan that will bring more people into the top of your funnel. And that's how you keep it going. And that's what efficient marketing is. And without a plan, without a strategy, it's a pretty complicated funnel. So it's not going to happen with one or two posts every day about this product and this service and this product and this service and this product and this service. Because guess what? Everybody is fed up of ads. Exactly. Okay, so if you're only putting ad type posts on your Facebook page, on your website, on your wherever your social platform is, Instagram, TikTok, chat, whatever it is that you're doing. And please don't send messages to my WhatsApp chat telling me to buy something from you, no. All right. There are lots of marketing managers and marketing team people I have spoken to, even business owners tell me this. They don't buy from Facebook. I'm like, really? I am sure I can go back into your Facebook feed for the last 6 months and tell you at least 3 things that you have bought because of something you saw on Facebook. Okay? It's a reality. But the more you add type images, you're pushing them away. All right.
Yes.
You need to get them into your sales funnel and nurture the customer journey, nurture the conversation, nurture the relationship, build the trust, and help them use your products better. And that's in the second sales funnel, when you help them to use your products better.
Your product.
So that's marketing efficiently. What else did I miss out?
Well, we taught the understanding that I think at the bottom of the funnel, that's where the product is sold, right? And then you move into this second product. But in this time, all right, businesses are concerned with people buying now. What do you do then to kind of put some fire under, you know?
But that's why I talk about being generous in these crazy times. In this, and people are on social media. People are, well, they want their me time still. All right. So therefore, they go to social media to get their me time, to see what their friends and family are saying, to see what their relatives in Spain are experiencing, to see what the latest MOH is update, etc., to figure out what's fake news and what's not fake news. But anyway, people are on social media. That's the point.
Right now.
All right. Yeah. So if you want to be in a better position come the end of all this crazy times, is you need to be generous. So find ways to be generous. It doesn't necessarily mean that you how you would say, sell your product at 50%. That could be one thing. You could have fire sales and, in a sense, moving inventory, all right? Just to keep the cash flow going, move your inventory. Yeah. Another way to be generous is to support charities right now. Seriously, support charities, because charities are what's going to keep the base market, the masses, moving in a happy mode. The church needs your funds right now. Catholic Church needs your funds right now. Our favorite charity that Hillary and I support, where we get all our inspiration from, that keeps us sane, they need charity right now. So if you find that Hillary and I are giving you support, definitely reach out to us and say, I would love to support your charity because you are helping us. All right. So this, in a sense, what we're doing right now is charity.
It's charity.
It's being generous, because we're giving you solutions. We're giving you ideas. We're asking you deep questions. If you would just answer it and realize it, yes, I know the answer. I read that somewhere. Go back to that article, go back to that book, read it again, and get into work. Okay?
And get into work, implementing.
You don't necessarily have to come to Hillary and I to buy from us. We would be happy for you to contract us to do a job for you. But, that's being generous. Yeah. I also, right now, in being generous, I am reaching out to people and says, you have children who need math and English assistance, I can help, because I'm a homeschool mom, mother of 7 children. I've gone through all the education. I think I've kind of updated the information in my head. Because when my first child went through high school, I was like, oh my gosh, I used to get an A in math and I don't know how to do that. Because that part of your brain has been sleeping. Right. So Hillary is now going through that stage where she's trying to.
And I'm an engineer.
Exactly. what I tell parents is that yes, you learned it, but until you start to reteach it again, you how you call it, find those cells and those pockets and those cubicles in that brain that has the information into how do I teach it to my child now?
Child,
All right.
exactly.
Homeschooling is not easy. I totally agree with that. It's not easy, but it is possible.
But it's possible, yeah. So as we're talking about, teaching, all right, one of the things that we wanted to share again or like revisit was this test campaign, all right, that we went through. And it's a lesson for you as well. It's a lesson for you to understand that no marketing that you do is like, the math and the physics that you learned 20 years ago. Even if you read that article a few weeks ago, go back to it, revisit it, and actually
Execute
implement,
it. Exactly.
execute what is there. Because that, even that in itself is a part of the process, okay?
Yes.
Um, and we keep emphasizing process. There are many processes in marketing, online marketing. You don't have to know your whole campaign ahead, but you do need to have a clear understanding of the
The
process,
process and the system
customer
needs to remain the
journeys.
same. The
Yes, yes.
objective, the goal, it needs to be stated, and you
State.
need to have a plan moving forward.
Moving forward,
And the
you don't
testing
need
needs to is the variable.
is the variable. So you don't need to know what image is going to be and what colors and the headline. And all of that is inside of the testing. All right. So the kind of cycle you want to promote, right? When we talk about promote, is basically create your ad the way we talked about last week. All right. So we went into detail about how to create that ad, your structure, and all of that. Set up your ad, and then once your ad has been set up and it's run for a certain period, you want to come back and evaluate. Okay. Now, you may be doing an ad to just attract people. All right. You Where they are in the sales funnel, it's to attract people. Or, I mean, we don't like engagement, but what we mean by engagement is building that trust, building that rapport. So maybe your engagement ads are actually people whose names and emails you've already collected, right? And you are promoting using whatever tools, techniques, to actually re-engage them. All right. They call it like re-engagement campaigns on email marketing. And then there are obviously the ads where you want people to purchase now. And then there are the ads that, as we talked about, your Raven fans. Your Raven fans actually help you bring more people in. You
Right.
can
It widens
actually,
the circle.
it widens the
It
circle,
widens the
right?
circle.
Because now it's not just your influence, right, that is bringing people, but it's now the influence of their friends. What happens when we post something on Facebook and we're ranting, and then all our friends jump in and say, yeah, I agree with you, and da, da, da. Influence widens, right? More
Yes.
people see it. Well,
Yes.
you want that effect to happen in a good way for your for your business. Raving
Correct.
fans, all right? We see it a lot, last year or year before. Remember our Pinterest expert Katrina, who was on a couple of years ago. She had a big issue with Nissan Florida, and
Right.
she, every day for 5 days, she put a post and she did a live about her experience and all of the horrible things. Within hours of her by the time they caught on, she had every concession come her way. The manager of Nissan, the district manager, was on the phone with her, calling her and speaking to her to give her this, that, and the other. What you want is that type of effect, but not in the negative way, because now people are going to be like, now, granted, when she got everything, she also went back online to
Because she's a
share.
nice person.
Because she's a nice person, she went back to share the positive experience that she had with the company. All right. So yes, you share the negative, but when they do something to help you out, you come back and you share the positive, and now she's a raving fan. All right. Those are the type of clients, customers that you want. And you can very
And it's
strategically promote to them.
and that story simply relates to the fact that if your customer service had taken her course at the beginning, they would not have gotten that rant from her. All
Exactly.
she is asking is basic customer service.
Service.
All right. And this is a big shout out to our technology companies, meaning internet. If they would just
Service
wake up
providers.
and provide the service, provide the answers immediately when people ask a question, when people call. I've heard so many stories of people saying, I have gone to my service provider for 6 months, 8 months. I have my internet is down and they're still sending me the bill and I have to pay it. And they swindled X amount of extra dollars after my poor father-in-law, who all he wanted was his service because he wanted TV. All right. And so therefore, they took like another 6 months before they gave him back his money that he should not have paid in the first place, because it was a mistake on their side. They were putting his money that he was paying in the wrong account. So therefore,
Right.
his account was showing as negative and they refused to give him his internet. Good gracious. If you would just focus on service, you know, all I want is internet. I don't want 5G. I want internet, you know?
If you can't
That's
get the
my
internet,
rant. I mean,
that's
really, if you can't get the internet, what's the purpose
why
of
of,
5G?
of IG, 5G, and fiber and everything. If
4G,
you can't
3G,
even
give
just
me my
provide the
analog.
internet.
I was quite
Yes.
happy with analog until B-Mobile forced me to come out of analog. You know how many times people with their new digital service, oh, internet down. Oh, internet. Hi, my analog is working. And like, really?
Oh gosh. All right. So that was Bernie's
That was my
rant.
rant. And I'm
That
still on
was
a rant
Bernie's
with internet
rant.
services. All they want to do is charge more money, and the service is not there.
And you see, that's not the type of fan you want. All right, companies, listen carefully. You provide service so that people will have something good to say about you. It's as simple as that. And then guess what? That benefits you. But you first got to do the work. Okay? You
Yeah.
got to do the work.
And yes, marketing isn't necessarily digital marketing isn't necessarily just advertising and marketing. We're also customer service
Yeah.
oriented. We help you to figure out what is the best and most efficient way to do customer service. And
Customer
that's why
service.
we want you to think of the idea of the chatbot that's going to act like your customer, act like your best salesman, and act like your best receptionist. And they're going to collect all the messages, send it to the necessary person so they're not there answering the phone call, and then the customer is there waiting in a 30-minute line, can't get through, you know,
Right.
and I'm running up my phone bill, waiting to get in line to talk to your customer service. Does that make sense?
Reducing cost? Exactly.
Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes. Yes. Perfectly. So we talked about I think we were just talking about the different ads. All right. We were talking about the attraction, engagement, purchasing, and then the raving fan or the raving client. What you want to do once all of that is done, the process again is simple. You promote, you evaluate your results, figure out which one is going to perform better. And here's the beauty about digital marketing: you could test cheaply and then actually use some of that to broaden it in other channels beyond
Yes.
digital. So
Yes.
rather than wasting your money on radio and wasting your money in the newspapers with the broad
Without
campaigns,
the test.
without the test,
Yes.
test on Facebook. Everybody's there right now anyway. Test it to see who likes what, and then pour gasoline on it. All right. Make okay. Boom. Okay. Yeah. You want to
All right.
make whatever edits, changes, and everything, and then just keep repeating the process, because you always want to be optimizing. Advertising, particularly on online marketing, is about optimizing and it's about tweaking. That is why if a agency comes to you and they lay out a whole marketing campaign for you for the next 6 months, they don't know what they're doing, because advertising and marketing on social media and digital marketing is about optimization. You start here and you tweak, you tweak, you tweak, you tweak, you tweak. You know
And
what your
your
goal is.
marketing does this and becomes more efficient. An efficient marketing campaign is high leads and
Low cost.
low cost. And what is the biggest part of it is your ROI actually increases. Yes, people,
exactly.
there is such a thing in marketing. There is return on investment. If you treat marketing as an investment, it will generate revenue.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So I think that's our
yeah.
wrap for the day. It was great talking to you. I am sure we went over our 30-minute limit, but we had a lot to say. No?
Not quite. We just under it.
Okay, good. Yeah. So then, great. We did great timing.
If you take out the mother's tips in the beginning.
Do that.
All right.
All right.
Have a good day, everybody. See you all next week. 10:30 next week, Thursday, 10:30 a.m.
And we are talking about the frictions that you create in your marketing campaigns. Do you want to get rid of your unknown and hidden frictions? Bye now.
Bye, everybody.